What's up, guys? It's Bricktastic back with another video. And when I say another, it's been a few months, one or two, I don't know. I've lost track. And let's just say, I don't know, kind of just lost motivation at some point. But now with this video, I'm ready to make another video. So basically, that's basically why. But it should be posting again soon, but this time I'm gonna try not to post weekly because it's too hard, it's too much work, it's so much work. But yeah, so we have a very special video today to celebrate the end of Moctober, and I made a little mock. So before we start with this mock for the end of Moctober, just want to say I don't know what I want to say. So let's get into the Moctober. Now, if you can't tell what this mock is, if it was to be called a Lego set, I would call it the Suicide Squad versus Starro. And it's pretty simple. If you've seen the movie, you know what this is. But yeah, it's basically just a diorama of the movie with a bunch of scenes in the movie. I was originally going to make the whole big lab building that background, but I realized I didn't really need to do that since it's not really a focus of the movie. Well, it kind of is, but it's like I just wanted like a diorama of everything, and I don't want to work hours making a giant tower because I'm lazy and I'm tired and won't go home. But yeah, so before we start, let's not start with the figures, let's just start with the mock as a whole. So first off, right here to the left hand side is one of there's like the archways from Jotunheim in the movie, and I made it at a specific angle, and I made it look like some brickwork on the side, and there's a light like in the movie, and then the arch continues with some of it falling off with Starro, and then I have Harley Quinn jumping up with action pose pieces with a javelin. And I didn't have a javelin piece in gold, so I used the golden one from the new 20th anniversary Harry Potter sets. And here's the figure. I'll get more into the figures later. On the back side of this, I didn't really have much, but I thought I'd put some Easter eggs into the movie. These are like last minute decisions. So I put one of the little sticky bomb things that they have on the wall, and then I also decided to put the thinker and then his arm top. There's a little Easter egg because I wanted him in the mock, but I didn't know where to put him, so I just put him behind it. Next up is Peacemaker versus Rick Flag. And yeah, you can see in front there's a Starro. So I have a bunch of them throughout this mock. It's just a starfish piece with the Jurassic World T-Rex giant gate set with that eye on it. But yeah, so there's Peacemaker there. And it's not really anything special, but I have his helmet off to the side, like in the movie, where the camera angle's like reflected off of it. And then I have the broken toilet seat, and then Rick Flag getting stabbed in the chest with a piece of the toilet seat. And if you look closely, you can see that Rick Flag is holding the flash drive or whatever on it. Very simple there. Next up, we have King Shark with one of the soldiers bleeding on the floor, and you can see he's holding one of his arms, and he has a bird. Very simple, but I knew I wanted him in the mock. He took me a long time to design him, and yeah, and also his gun is on the floor, and I used the blade piece to make it look like his blood coming out of his arm. So yeah, cool technique, if I do say so myself. Swinging on to the front, this is the whole scene. So we have all the rats climbing up Starro from the sewer. So you have the sewer grate right here, and they're all climbing up. And then if you go onto this side, there's the sewer grate, and then they're all climbing up. And then also you have Polka-Dot Man throwing his polka dots at one of Starro's legs. And then you have Bloodsport and Ratcatcher from the very end of the movie. Oh, and lastly, before we get to the main thing in the back of the mock. You can see Peacemaker's guns on the floor and one of the soldiers, dead soldiers with Starro on their face. Oh, and I didn't really cover this, but I might as well. I added these telephone poles to the side to kind of spice it up because it's kind of simple, and I had some electricity shooting from them to make it more interesting. But yeah, now on to Starro. So Starro, what was probably why this mock took so long, and also because I'm lazy, but bricklink orders take a while to get here. And yeah, I think it looks really good. The main focus of this was limiting the gaps. And the main gaps you can see are right here and right here. But other than that, I'm really happy with this. It took me a lot of attempts. And then there's kind of some cheater poles holding them up that I kind of covered up with too many Starros. And yeah, I just used basically mixel joint pieces with a bunch of cherry pieces. And it's very unstable, and this top part keeps falling off. But yeah, if it's flexible, kind of, it's just, I don't know, it's very fragile. Like this top bit is the most fragile part. And as you can see, I used these like flower pieces with cherries to make it look like the middle of his tentacles. And then his eye is just a windshield piece or a glass piece. This was very simple. And then I used an upside down one of these inverted round pieces. And then, yeah, very simple. Now, by far the prettiest shot of Starro. Yeah, this is basically how, if you really want to know how it was built, there's the feet, and they go up, and then I just added these extra pieces, and I was like, hey, let me just put them on just because. And then there's the main center, and then here's his like arm tentacles. Those are the easiest ones to do. And then this, the big one at the top. So you can see, it took me a lot of attempts, but I don't think it matters because I don't think you're really gonna see it from the back anyway. But now, let's look at the figures. But before that, let's look at just the mock as a whole. Looks very nice. 360 spin. So yeah. Okay, first up here is Harley Quinn. Spin her 360. So yeah, if you want to know how I built her, the legs are, it's some one of the chefs from the Lego movie, Lego Ninjago movie CMF series, and I used a lot of those in this mock with red hips. I used Petunia Pig from the Looney Tunes series skirt. I used the flashes from the DC minifigures torso, but just backwards. So on the back, you could see there's the flash. And then just use white arms. Told you with the javelin, you can't really find it in gold. So I used one of the wands from the Harry Potter 20th anniversary sets and stuck it on a lightsaber hilt and a lightsaber piece. And then also Harley Quinn's face is I think it's the only best one I had. So it was just from the little $15 accessory pack. And then this hair is a common piece, but I think it's up to you what kind of hair piece she has. So yeah, Harley Quinn. Next up, in no particular order, I don't know if I want to cover him because he's very simple, but this is the Thinker. He's very simple. I just didn't give him legs or had his arm missing. His torso is Peter Pettigrew's from the Rise of Voldemort set, and his head is Echo's from the Bad Batch. Very simple figure there. Now on to more figures I didn't know if I wanted to show off. These are just the soldiers that end up dying in the movie. Well, here's their backs, what the faces I used. And then this tan one is supposed to be like the main general, but I don't think it really matters. And then there's Staro. I guess I could show off Staro if you remember. It's basically the starfish piece with the eye on it. and they just hold it on their face. Very simple. Next up is Rick Flag. He is, I don't know, I wouldn't say least favorite of the series, but he's kind of the most generic, but that maybe might just be his design. So his legs are, I don't know, some CMF, I think series like 14's Hunter legs or whatever. Most people use like the Bucky legs from the Moctober pack, but I didn't have that, so here we go. His torso, I chose the classic space one. A lot of people do, there was like the cat Batman figure because it has like definition on the belly because he's like muscles and whatever, but I like this design because it's supposed to represent his little symbol. His arms are dual molted. They're from, again, Petunia Pigs from the CMF series. And then a lot of people do different hairs and faces. I chose, since the Han Solo face, from just, yeah, very simple. And then I gave him a, I think it's supposed to be the flash drive that he gets in the movie, or the thing he gets in for it. I just used the arrow piece from the Daily Bugle set, but just like a little extra detail. But yeah. Next up we have is Peacemaker. Here his uses the same legs as Harley Quinn from earlier. Uses some like Eskimos torso backwards. He uses, I used Beach Robin from the Lego Batman movie series 2. So dual molded arms. I used some just a hood, generic blue hoodie piece. And then his head is this, I don't know what head it is, but I used that. And then I use Ultron's helmet, which is, I think, the closest thing. I think it's better than the other helmets that people use. But, and then he also has a hairpiece. And yeah, pretty simple, but I prefer him with the metallic helmet on. Next we have is Bloodsport. He was the first figure I designed for this series. He's very simple. A lot of people do him differently, but I chose to use Taskmaster's torso, one of the Iron Man suits from the Avengers Tower legs, use some Ninjago arm piece, Grief Karger's face from the $40 Imperial Transport, and then just a typical hairpiece. I tried doing his helmet with like with using Captain America's helmet but backwards, but it didn't look as good as I wanted. So I just used this, and then his guns are simple. Yeah, a very simple figure. I feel like most people can make this figure. But yeah. Now this is my favorite figure I've done in this set, and it's Ratcatcher 2, and I know every person that does it differently. I prefer this helmet. This is Harry Potter's helmet or hair, or it's black, his black hair. A lot of people do like the Snape hair, but I prefer this one. And then her torso is, I think it's from some Star Wars set, and then a lot of people use the Lucy fee because it's really useful. And for her flashlight, I just put a diamond on the lightsaber piece. For the back, I gave her this cape from one of the Mandalorian battle pack from that. What's her head from? I don't remember what a head face is from. But yeah, I used that. And then for her rat, can't remember his name, I used the Ron one because it has a little tuft of hair in the head. And then I just attach him on the side. So yeah, very cool figure. Okay, I know I said the last figure is my favorite, but this one has to be close up. This is Polka-Dot Man, and for him I used the Harley Quinn CMF boots because they look nice. I just used the Polka-Dot Man torso and Polka-Dot Man arms and helmet, and then his goggles. They're from it's like Series 21, the like airplane girl. And then for the face, it's I don't know, it's from the Tantive 4 set because it has the strap. A lot of people use a different face, but I thought this one looks the most accurate. And then because I know he has like a backpack in the movie, I just gave him one of it's from one of the First Order Stormtrooper, I think. And then for his polka dots, it's just the action pose pieces with studs with holes in them to make it look like he's throwing them. That looks really cool. But yeah, now let's move on to the big fig of the set. Now here is King Shark. And I would give this an 8 out of 10. Because compared to, I've seen a lot of King Shark designs, and I just prefer this one. I think this one is a lot better. But still, yeah. But because I've seen some people try, and it doesn't look the best. But I think this is really good. I do say so myself. He has a bird flying in his hand, and then he's holding the German's hand. And so yeah, he's not, I was gonna say very simple. No, this was a pain to design. I used these sandal pieces for shorts, and then his legs, and then I gave him these great big fig arms, but this arm only comes in right, so I had to buy another one because the other one had like tattoos on it from a Ninjago set, but I don't want it, so I just ordered 2 of the right-handed ones. And then his back just uses some like inverted slopes, and then his head is built like this. The only thing is, those pieces, I didn't have them in any more of those in, oh no, that's just the tooth. And then you could open his mouth. You could see his eyes, and then you could see his fin. So yeah, I'm very proud of it, because I know LEGO will never make a King Shark figure because they don't like DC. But yeah, this is really cool too. Really proud of this mock, and especially this is pretty cool. But yeah, that's all the figures. So yeah, that's basically it. I know this mock is big and it's hard to fit all of it in the frame, but yeah. So anyways, last minute thing, if you know how many stars are in the set, if you've counted all of the mini ones, you might win something if you comment how many of the little ones are in this mock. And also, I want to do more mocks on this because it's really fun. I want to do like 1 a month, like not just for Moctober, but you know, Moctober, it's the end of Moctober, so it's special. But yeah, if you have any ideas, because I don't know what I want my next mock to be, just comment it down below. Because yeah, I have some ideas, but I'd like to hear some feedback. But yeah, anyways, thank you for making it to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you don't think my mock looks like a travesty. But anyways, like I said, thanks a lot. I'm gonna post more, but try to get back into it and not like post weekly, because weekly was a pain. But yeah, I will be posting. So see ya in the next video, because next video should be this haul of a very particular big set, if you know it's coming out tomorrow. So yeah, have a good one. Bye. Moctober.